In light of its steady decline, I figured today we would talk about a former boutique level heavyweight by talking about Scream Factory. And not just talking about Scream Factory, but showing you all my complete Scream Factory collection. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to tuning in to another episode of Figure Out Films. I'm your host, as always, Chris. And today, like I said earlier, we are going to be talking about my complete Scream Factory collection. Now, if you are unfamiliar, if you're trying to get into the physical media collecting, you'd pick quite the time to. I really do think in 2024, we're going to see an emergence. I definitely think that, yeah, we're going to be losing Best Buy, and we've lost Target years ago. And Amazon is Amazon when it comes to physical media. I still think there's quite the presence, especially in the collector market. So if you're looking to get into a label, this might not be the best one to hop into. However, it is one of the early haymakers, one of the first labels I first got into, and that is Scream Factory. Now, Scream Factory is a boutique label that puts out, well, technically it's a it's a partner label of the Shout Factory collection, but Scream Factory specifically is the more direct towards horror movies. So now they're basically catering to 4K collectors, which is really good for me, to be honest. But the only problem is they're rehashing films we already own, but putting them in 4K. But they have a lot of great releases that, kind of skimped in bonus features. They had really great bonus features in the past with almost exclusive to their label. Usually they would upgrade the standard studio Blu-ray releases and give them awesome Blu-ray cases with posters and slipcovers and chock full of special features and long lost edits of or versions of the films. And now they've kind of gone the wayside in that kind of department. And now it's on my bingo card in 2024 that I think we might see the fall of Scream Factory, which is really sad to say in 2024. I do enjoy them. Now, they're not Arrow Video, but they still are pretty cool. So I figured today, why don't I show off, to start the new year, my complete Scream Factory collection. If you collect Scream Factory, if you used to collect Scream Factory, or if you're pissed about having to upgrade your Blu-rays to 4Ks from the label, drop that comment down below. So I figured, for the people who do watch this channel, one, thank you for the support, and two, I know you're some slipcover nuts on this channel, so I figured I would start off. I have it all here, even on a side table of all my Scream Factory movies, and I've been collecting since I was in college, which was actually a while ago now that I'm looking at it. Bruh. But anyway, I figured I would start off with my slip covers. Basically, if you're interested in them, I'll post them on eBay and I'll charge you triple the price on them because that's what every Scream Factory collector does. Am I right? But let's go ahead and go with the first. If you checked out my recent video on Best Buy and paying my respects to it, that should be somewhere up here. You will know this joke that Daniel from the Cobwebs channel made, and I totally agree with him. It's first going to be my Creepshow Blu-ray box set. This is the Blu-ray box set he was talking about. It's a nice hard case, and I love this movie. I love Creepshow. Comes with an awesome booklet right here too. The 4K edition probably looks really great, but honestly, the Blu-ray is really solid as well. I'm very happy to have upgraded this from the RJE whatever Blu-ray standard release. I love this, and like with every Scream Factory, I'll just always flip the cover to the side I like the most. But yeah, this is the hard case. I wish Scream Factory did this more. If they did this besides just slipcovers, that'd be actually a really nice alternative. But yeah, gotta love Creepshow. One thing I forgot to mention about Creepshow is that actually Daniel had gifted this for my birthday, and it went out of print shortly after, so shout out Daniel for that. Next I have is Candyman on Scream Factory. This is a version I do want to upgrade to 4K at some point. Arrow did put out an awesome Blu-ray too. I would say the tier list of upgrading boutique labels goes, if you own the Scream Factory for in the very beginning and upgrade it from the standard DVD or Blu-ray, you're good. But then I would say the best Blu-ray to get would probably be the Arrow video version that they inevitably copycat, because that one's way better than the Scream Factory releases of Blu-rays. And then the 4K editions, obviously. So I do want to upgrade this at some point. You did get the unrated and the theatrical cuts of this. Again, like I said, Scream Factory would always put out different editions of movies besides just the one. And I have it here with the slipcover. I got this at Walmart. This used to be cheap. Next, I have The Blob on Scream Factory. Love The Blob remake from 1988. One thing I loved about the Blu-ray edition of Scream Factory was when you got the slipcover with it for the collector's edition, you had an alternative cover art on here, and then you get a different art on the case, and you could flip it to the slipcover. But if you want the Blu-ray case cover to be the same as the slipcover, you're like you're a different breed, man. Like I almost don't trust you. Like that's like psycho shit right there. But anyway, no judgment, of course. Chuck Russell rules. Love this. Hate the 4K slipcover that they have for this. I think this is way better, honestly. I'm very reluctant to upgrade this to 4K, even though I know that transfer is pretty good. Next, I have Alone in the Dark. Actually, fun fact, I have met Jack Shoulder, really great chap. Hope to see him again here in Chicago. But yeah, Alone in the Dark, good movie. My most recent pickup of the 4K releases is this My Bloody Valentine. I did have the Steelbook edition of it, but I sold that because I wanted to upgrade to the 4K because I heard this thing is immaculate. This is one of those few where I did the research and I was like, I want the best edition of this movie because it was so hard to get for a long time. And I actually had every Blu-ray edition that was like, out of print. So finally to have the cream of the crop 4K edition, love it. The cream. Next, I have an oldie but goodie. I have Mad Max here. This is old. This is long out of print. This is on Kino's website with a 4K release. I never upgraded because I'm not the craziest Mad Max fan, but I love this cover and the alternative. You know me, I gotta have that alternative art on the Blu-ray. This is what's on the 4K cover for Kino, but yeah, I don't know if I'll ever upgrade it because I'm not the craziest Mad Max fan, so there's no point in owning it. I'm happy with this $8 version I bought years and years and years ago. Land of the Dead with the slip cover. I like this movie. I know it doesn't get the best rep, and it was a very accessible, easy Blu-ray for a long time, but this was one of the cheaper editions, and it came with the slip cover. Boy, I had to hop on that. And to partner with that, I want to upgrade the 4K because I love this movie, but I love this cover so much. That is Zack Goat Snyder's Dawn of the Dead. I really love this remake. I actually think it's better than the Romero remake. Love this movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. God, I just love this slipcover. I think it's great. I love the green. I love how it counters with Land of the Dead as well. But yeah, plus, you got to support Snyder, right? Come on. I'm going to do the triumvirate that I own here. I have Halloween 3, Halloween 2, the best Halloween, and Halloween, the hard case 4K. This is the first ever 4K I bought from Scream Factory. Had the hard case just because this is the quintessential, essential, must-have, best version of Halloween yet. I finally upgraded my Blu-ray from years and years and years ago to finally get this. And I have resisted the FOMO of getting these two. But then I saw the crap that they're pulling with Halloween, the chokehold that they have on us collectors. I'm like bitterly not wanting to. Like, I want to upgrade them, but the price just doesn't fit. And I got these so cheap I got Halloween 3 brand new years and years ago with the slipcover, and then I bought this used for like $8 at Disc Replay years ago. And I would probably upgrade this one because this is my favorite. But the thing is that I have 1 and 2, and then I have 3 on its slipcover. Like, I mean, if I get 1 and I get 2, I mean, they're gonna argue. So they need like a third friend to hang out with. And then it's like I like Halloween 4 and 5. I like Halloween 4, but then what about 5? I can't leave that. And they created this whole fucking mess, and it drives me nuts. Scream Factory. I know you love money more than your fans and the people that support your label, but god damn, like why with the Halloween franchise do they have to do this? Next, I have the 1970s. This is what 1976 King Kong edition. I think this is one of the few pre-order King Kongs. I can't remember if I pre-ordered this or like bought it the day it came out and went to like a store that I knew would have it because I needed this slipcover. I love monster movies and kaiju films. And yeah, this comes with a new, let me just read this. The 2-disc set features the theatrical cut and the extended Broadway television cut of King Kong from 1976. Yeah, I mean, cool. Like, I don't know how else I could have seen it if I didn't buy this. So, yeah. Days of old where they were putting out way more monster movies. Another one I have is Firestarter. I own Firestarter. This will probably get a 4K next month randomly, probably. Oh, yeah. Forgot to show. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to show if you were still in the market of buying these. Halloween 2, I kept this on the DVD. It's one of the few instances in my collection that I do that because I love this cover so much more than like the pumpkin skull face one. This one just looks so good. Also, I love the caption of "More from the night he came home." One of my favorite slogans. And then for Halloween 3, I did switch it because that's baller. Next I have is Event Horizon. I feel like a idiot for buying this because it was like never going on sale, and then there was a 4K release of that of this from the studio that I hear is pretty good. But I like Event Horizon. It is from Paul W.S. Anderson, who is a director I have been known on record to defend. I do enjoy him, and I like the Resident Evil movies he did. So got Event Horizon here, but you can get it on 4K from the studio. Another director I absolutely love, Drag Me to Hell, Sam Raimi. Again, had to upgrade it. I mean, this movie is crazy. When I worked at a bank, I mean, I was literally her for a long time. Next, I have Trick or Treat. Love this movie. One of the must-haves. I'm surprised it hasn't been on 4K yet. Love this crazy cover, and I love how it complements the cover the alternative cover that I switched it to. So, shout out Trick or Treat. Next, I have Tales from the Dark Side. Really great movie, anthology horror that I was introduced to, and I fell in love with it on the first watch. And I love this artwork that complements it. Again, if you get the Scream Factory 4K edition of it, this is the only cover that you'll get. I love how, the opposite, cover art for those previous Blu-rays were. I miss it. I wish that was still the case. I think Scream Factory's going on the wayside. I don't think they're putting as much effort out. I got Slither here. I haven't switched this one out because I bought this used, but I'll be honest, well, actually that's kind of hot if you look at it. I might switch that out. But yeah, Slither. This was directed by James Gunn of the Guardians of the Galaxy, so shout that out. Silver Bullet, another 4K release. I love Silver Bullet. I love this artwork. This is what's on the 4K, but I love this crazy artwork on the slipcover. Yeah, just really great stuff. Next, love this movie, Silent Hill with the slipcover. Oh my God, the definitive version. Hard to get movie, hard to get with the slipcover. I treasure this always. God, when we talk about video game movie adaptations, this is one you got to check out. Yeah, it's 2-disc as well. Yeah, love Silent Hill. If you've seen the movies, if you've played the games, drop a comment down below or give this video a like because I love Silent Hill as well. Next, I have RoboCop 3 on slipcover. Just the classic, he's back, I actually do enjoy RoboCop 3. I actually enjoy that trilogy. I still have yet to see the remake. Also, question, how do you put your slipcovers on? I just honestly bend the little plastic on the case itself. I just keep pushing it and just force it through until my slipcover gets chipped away. And then what I'll do after is post it on eBay when I'm low on money and put it as like new. And then, yeah. I'm kidding. I don't do that. Next I have is the old collector's edition of Return of the Living Dead. Yes, I do know this has a new 4K release, which is this cover only, and I do hear that transfer is great, but to me, this is the best Scream Factory slipcover cover art they ever did. This is amazing. I also got this as a Christmas gift when it, like a year after it come out, and it came with the slipcover. How lucky I am for it. And I remember this was so hard to get, and it was worth so much money online, and I did think about just, getting rid of it, but I love this movie, and I love this cover art. It was just so hard to part with. In hindsight now, I probably should have sold it. I did used to have the Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 films. I did get rid of those because, honestly, there's still Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3, right? Speaking of sequels, Pet Sematary 2. I love this movie, and, I love seeing Zoe on here. Respect to Zoe, justice to Zoe. If you have not seen Pet Sematary 2, do yourself a favor and please watch it. And that does it for slipcovers. Let's go ahead and move on to the box sets. First one I have on the bunch is the Critters collection. Was a little adamant about getting it. Wasn't crazy about Critters. I really didn't know much about them. But honestly, these box sets are so well priced at the time when they were at Walmart. I just had to snag it. Next is the Fly box set. Gotta have this. I didn't get this until my buddy Daniel told me about it, and yeah, we went through all of them together, and this is one of my favorite box sets. Bulletproof franchise, I would say. I really enjoy these. Even Curse of the Fly, which is a little rough at times, in the Fly 2, but honestly, there's more hits than miss in this box set, I would say. And then finally, the Omen collection. I feel like everyone has these box sets. But yeah, these are the 3 I have. Just kidding. Did you think I didn't have this? The Friday the 13th box set? Come on. This thing, while it's going to kill me with the cases coming out, this is one of the best have. And I cannot wait to cry and punch the air when the 4K inevitable announcement of this comes out. But if it doesn't, and you don't have this, you are wasting time and money not getting it, because these things were so hard to get together. You have to like buy them on like stupid expensive store exclusive 4K steelbook weird cover art editions of like, but just to get all of them together in one uniform is like near impossible if you do not get this box set. And I really do recommend you do, because this thing is amazing. And all the cases come with alternative cover art as well. This is the good old days of Scream Factory. This is when people were excited for those announcements on the Facebook online sites, because it was a big deal. There was a lot of love put in there, but of course it's not going to be a Scream Factory release without replacement discs and having some bad discs that you have to go submit to get replaced. It's not Scream Factory release without it, but I'm just saying, this box set is so amazing. Enough gushing. If you have it, this thing's been out for a while. Just get it. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the non-slip cover Scream Factories. The Trident. I call these the blue collar Blu-ray boys. Okay, because like they don't have the nice fancy slip covers with the cool graphic art. They're tried and true, great films with great transfers. They do the job. They look good. But they're nothing fancy about them. They're just, all work, no play. You know what I mean? Like, I respect it. Clock in and clock out. First on the bunch I have is The Town That Dreaded Sundown on here. God, it'll be crazy if I show you every alternative work. But this one's pretty cool because you get the DVD version only of The Evictors on here. But I mostly bought it for The Town That Dreaded Sundown. I'm not here to watch just the DVD, right? Because, I'm slightly allergic, self-diagnosed allergic to DVD. Not Blu-ray, not 4K, not even VHS, but DVD exclusively. Like, I have, like, a weird phobia of it. But, yeah, shout out that. Next, I have They Live from John Carpenter. Trend you're going to see, I have a lot of John Carpenter. But, yeah, They Live, amazing movie. It does have a 4K release. I was tempted to buy, but this should suffice right now. Slumber Party Massacre. It looks like it's partly broken. Oops. Yeah, it looks like I got hungry one night and thought this was a pizza when I was on a bender, and I chewed on my case. So might need to upgrade to the 4K soon. This is a really good excuse, so I'm gonna put that in my 2 upgrade pile. Next, I have Sleepaway Camp 1 on on Blu-ray. Now, if you notice, I did have Felissa Rose autograph this, and let me tell you, she is an amazing person, and I'm so lucky to have met her, talked with her, and signed this. Yeah, treasure this forever. Next, recent acquisition, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Love this movie. Oh my gosh. This is like, when I tell people that I love Rob Zombie and they look at me weird, I understand. And this is the same kind of love I have for this kind of movie. So, yeah, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Wish I had the slipcover, though. Next on the list I have is The Sentinel. I think this film is severely underrated. I really love this movie. It's one of those that doesn't have an alternative cover art. It just has, like, a back panel, which is still cool. Really creepy movie with, elderly nudity and Chris Sarandon. So, 2 things I'm very much supportive of. God. Next I have Scanner Cop 2 and 3. I did watch Scanner Cop earlier last year, and I really enjoyed it on Criterion. Talk about dying labels. And I just had to pick up 2 and 3 because I love the world it was in. But this is one of those early Scream Factory double packs. And yeah, shout out how cheap this was. It was like $8 or $9. This is still cheap to get. Next, Rolling Thunder. Actually, I've never seen this movie. I think it's barely a Scream Factory. It looks like a Scream Factory, but it's technically a Shout. But yeah, whatever. I bought that used. RoboCop 2. Talk about a heavy hitter. Want this with the slipcover so bad, but I've never actually just bought a slipcover online before. I might be tempted for this one, though. One of the best Larry Cohen movies and one of my favorite creature features, that is Q the Winged Serpent. Love this movie so much. Thing is baller. If you've not seen this movie, you have to. It's pretty relatively cheap. It's like about $10 to get. Get a really great movie. No alternative cover art, but just watch this movie. It's great. Pumpkinhead, another movie that got a 4K release. It also had a Steelbook release at one point. And now it has a 4K Steelbook release. And then you're fucked either way, because now they're going to put on an 8K release of this movie. But I have the, the tried and true Blu-ray. Gets the job done. Good movie. Not crazy about it. Prince of Darkness, really great movie. This is one I would upgrade to 4K, but I can't seem to find it anywhere in store, and I will not buy this on the website of Scream Factory, so this is one I might have to actually find in the wild, so at a good price. Yeah, I love Prince of Darkness. I love this cover art the most, though. That's my only problem. I don't like that 4K art. I'll try and show it here. Yeah, not crazy about that. I love seeing my boy Donald Pleasance. Such a pleasance to see him on the cover. One of the best Hammer horror movies ever, The Plague of the Zombies. I saw this with a double of Prince of Darkness Dracula from Christopher Lee in the same night at the Music Box, and it might be one of the best days of my life. It was amazing to see the actual double that when it first came out in a theater with a good crowd, and it was one of my favorite Hammer horror movies. This was great. If you have not seen Plague of the Zombies, do yourself a favor and change that. Also, one of the creepiest, coolest reverse cover arts right there. Next, I have The Nest. I got this for like $5 on Facebook Marketplace, and I thought I had a steal. I thought I finessed them. I, like most collectors, have yet to actually watch it, but it has one baller of a cover. Next, I have the obligatory Dolph Lundgren's Dark Angel, or also known as I Come in Peace. And I come peacefully as well when I talk about this movie, because I haven't seen it. That didn't make sense. Cobra from Sylvester Stallone. Really great movie. I did upgrade this for the longest time because I was like, do I really need Cobra in a special edition? And then one drunk night when I was making some orders, I was like, yeah, I do need this, don't I? So I ended up getting Cobra. Body Parts. Now, this is a great movie. This is a really great film about a guy in a car accident who gets his limbs replaced by a serial killer, and they start having a mind of their own. Oh my God. Body Parts is awesome. Kind of a boring alternate cover art, though. Not crazy about it. I like this one more. If you haven't seen this is really great 90s fun. Like, this is a crazy movie. Next, one of my favorite John Carpenter movies, that is the anthology horror, that is Body Bags. I love this movie so much. It's, on a given day, it could be one of my top 5 Carpenter films. One of my favorite anthology movies, period. I love anthology horror movies. This is John Carpenter and Tobe Hooper together with cameos by said directors and Wes Craven as well. And you get Mark Hamill in this as well. This is a great anthology movie. I really enjoy it. I don't think it gets enough love, personally. Love Body Bags. Black Christmas. This got a 4K release. This would be worth an upgrade, honestly. And I don't like to say that too often because technically every movie should get upgraded. I don't know if that's true. But Black Christmas. Wish I had a slipcover, and if the best way to get it is with a 4K upgrade, sure. Assault on Precinct 13. Still haven't seen this movie. Probably should change that. And then next I have Army of Darkness, a movie I've debated about whether it deserves the 4K upgrade treatment because there's a plethora of them near me at a Best Buy. And I want to, 1, support Best Buy, 2, upgrade my 4K collection, and 3, I love Sam Raimi. I do really like this movie, but eventually I want to have all 3 of the Evil Dead movies on 4K, and that's not possible right now because I have 2 individually as a 4K, and I don't know how to get the first one on 4K. So I don't know if I should just have 2 be the special one because 2's awesome. One of my favorite sci-fi movies, The Red Angry Planet. This is a great horror movie. Man, Scream Factory really doesn't put these out like they used to anymore. This is a 1959 film, and it uses this really cool like lens where everything kind of looks like a weird like puppeteering when they are on the Red Angry Planet. This is just a really good chilling horror movie that's was made in the late 50s. I love 50s horror movies. I would definitely check this out. I don't know if it's available anymore. I would never get rid of this unless there's like a special like 4K or a special edition put out. I really like this movie. Check this movie out. Sadly, no alternative cover art though. I would have loved to see like another 1950s poster with that. And then next, I have a 4K. I did get this used, and it only has the Blu-ray and the 4K edition. That's Alligator. Haven't seen it yet, but it was dirt cheap for a 4K that had recently come out. No slipcover, sadly, but yeah, I got Alligator. Gotta support those Gator boys, you know? Next is a recent acquisition. Paid $5 for that. For this, that's Ghoulies and Ghoulies 2. Haven't seen it. I'm curious. Is it worth the 4K upgrade? Just looking at it, no. But they are kind of cute, right? So I'm happy to have this. Can't wait to plug it in. Next, The Mask of the Red Death, Vincent Price. Man, I went to see this movie in the theater, and then immediately, while near the end of the movie, I just quickly ordered it on Amazon because I loved that movie in the theater that I had to own it. So yeah, Mask of the Red Death, Vincent Price, great film. No alternative cover art. Shame. Next, I have a gift from Christmas past. Back when I was in a fraternity, I was gifted Manhunter without the slipcover. But it's okay. I'm grateful. I actually really enjoy this movie. I wish I had the slipcover because I have this cover, which is great. But this ain't bad either. This looks really sweet. I love Brian Cox, and his portrayal of Hannibal Lecter in this is pretty great too. I love the books as well. So I'd love to get a 4K upgrade of this. And I like Michael Mann. You know, as a Chicago person, I love Michael Mann. Next, I have The Leech Woman. Haven't seen this before, but again, a 1950, this is actually 1960, creature feature of sort. I'm a sucker that when Scream Factory put these out because they're super cheap, they're good transfers, and probably I would never watch these movies without seeing that these cool covers and editions came. Sadly, my case is broken though, but easy fix. Next is Lake Placid. Lake Placid is a fun Gator Boy horror movie. Again, one of their more mainstream B movies that they put out. This felt on brand when Scream Factory had put this out. I was hoping for a box set, to be honest, because I didn't want to buy that Walmart 4-film favorites of this that, you know, I feel like is everywhere. So, Scream Factory, if you're trying to make some money, instead of putting out every other version of Child's Play 1 through whatever, get me a Lake Placid 4-pack. Or box set, even better. Underrated movie, does not get talked about enough. The House That Jack Built. I did have this as a Region B film because I just had to see this movie. And once I did, I luckily found the Scream Factory edition at Family Video. Rest in peace to physical media. In my early days at YouTube, which you can probably find in the channel, I used to go to Family Video, frequent it, and buy a lot of cheap movies. And one of them was The House That Jack Built. And yeah, Matt Dillon, just a crazy, disturbing movie of its time. And it's just so unique, and I really enjoyed it in my first watch. It was very visceral and surprising, and nothing I'd really watched before, and I gotta give him credit. So yeah, I do have The House That Jack Built. I've yet to meet many people who have seen that movie. Next movie, I never thought that anybody had seen this movie before. I remember being a teenager at Family Video. Instead of hanging out, going out on dates on Friday nights, I was at Family Video renting movies for the weekend. And one of them was, because I was an idiot, is still an idiot, I thought I was renting the Hills Have Eyes sequel. I think I was The Hills Have Eyes, but it was actually The Hills Run Red. And I watched it, and my mind was fucking blown. I was like, what the hell am I watching? And I tried to put it in like a subconscious part of my brain, because I figured I'm a sick fuck for watching this movie. And the more I thought about it, the more I liked it. And the more I started to realize I can't tell people about that because no one's ever seen this before. It's like when you first discover in high school what a Serbian film is, and like, I sat next to a student, classmate, who told me about it and said there was a favorite movie, and we were like literally juniors, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this movie? And he started explaining it, and I just told him to stop, and I've never seen that movie, but I was told about that movie, so I don't feel the need to ever see it. I felt like that person, but with The Hills Run Red. And yeah, and now it's just a great movie. You know, it is dark and twisted, but it's a great movie. And I'm surprised that Scream Factory put this out. This image will forever be imprinted in my mind. Just like the Lester Scarecrow movies from the early 2000s, this poster art is just like with it too. And if you're a fan like of local Chicago people, well, he's not from Chicago, he's from the suburbs. That would be Patrick Bromley from the F This Movie channel podcast. He has a little audio commentary in here. But yeah, I could just give you audio commentary if you want. I could tell you about all the weird Friday nights of family video renting weird shit. If you want to see that, actually, drop that down in the comments. Next, I have Ginger Snaps. Just like a good for her movie in my mind. You know, I really like Ginger Snaps. And I love this cover. I don't think I'll ever own the sequels. But I like Ginger Snaps. And I think this is one of those few movies where I usually rotate the slipcovers or the cover art because they're both really good. Next is The Funhouse. I believe this did get a 4K upgrade, and I'm a son of a bitch for not getting it because this movie would look great on 4K. But yeah, The Funhouse, Tobe Hooper. I was shown this in college, I believe, or recommended to watch in college, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, cool, weird, my jam. Escape from New York. I need to upgrade this 4K because I like this movie a lot, and I know it would probably pop well on there. Snake Plissken is just so damn badass. I love this cover art more than the Scream Factory commissioned. Like, meh, that's okay. I'm going to sell this on eBay just after doing that as like new. Just because of that. Next, another John Carpenter movie I love. The Fog. I do need this on 4K. I don't have funds yet. I need a Patreon. I need an OnlyFans. I need to upgrade this now because this movie is awesome. For some reason, it's a snooze fest for some people, but for me, it is not. I can't decide which cover I like more, but honestly, at the end of the day, it's this movie poster. Haven't seen The Fog? You need to change that. This is one of the best John Carpenter movies. Next, I have Final Exam. This is a cool, like, Friday the 13th mock you slasher. This thing is great. This is a good time. It's a breeze of a movie to watch. It's what, 94 minutes? This is a good time. Early 80s slasher, dirt cheap Scream Factory release. Just get it. You won't regret it, and you'll probably watch it again. The Deadly Mantis. Again, another 1950s creature feature. I just stumbled upon this at, what's it called? Half Price Books, which is like opposite. It's like triple price books. But they do have relatively good selection and prices on Blu-rays. They should change it from triple price books and moderately priced old release Scream Factories. Get that on a label. Like, that shit will sell. But yeah, The Deadly Mantis. Yet to see this yet. Like most collectors, again, like I've said, I buy them because they look cool first. Day of the Dead. I need a 4K of this. I need it bad. I'm going to be upgrading my Night of the Living Dead Criterion to the 4K. I already have the 4K Dawn of the Dead from Second Sight. I just need the Triumvirate. I need this on 4K. This is my favorite from the three Day of the Dead trilogy from Romero. If you've not seen this movie, honestly, fix that. Watch this. This is the best one in my opinion. It's amazing. It would look amazing on 4K as well. God, I love this movie. Darkman trilogy. Honestly, I haven't seen the last two because I got them dirt cheap, and yeah, I just thought it'd be cool to have all three of them together. I love the first Darkman. Sam Raimi, Liam Neeson, Frances McDormand. Like, I mean, this is a great 90s movie right here. This is good cheese, you know, and I'm sure I'll watch these sequels. They'll probably be on my podcast at some point this year. But yeah, what do you think of the Darkman trilogy? Is it one of the best MCU movies, though? That is all my Scream Factory movies, and I figured just as a treat because of all the love I got my recent Best Buy, paying respects, funeral attendant video, I'm going to go ahead and show you my Shout Select collection next. Coming in next, I have the Blue Delilah. Haven't seen this, honestly. The Shout Selects I get because I love the covers. Also, I intend to watch these movies at some point. I was weirdly, like, one to watch a lot of Veronica Lake movies, which feels on brand for, you know, young guys like me. And this was the one I was like, oh, that sounds really sweet. Can't wait to check that noir out. That's going to be a good story. Next, I got Farewell, My Lovely, and The Big Sleep. I only got this because of Robert Mitchum and because he plays Philip Marlowe, and I love Philip Marlowe. He's one of my favorite movie protagonists, but honestly, it's because of Elliot Gould, and I love Elliot Gould. So I'll have to check this out and report back later. Fist of Fury. I like Bruce Lee movies. I'm more of a Jackie Chan guy, but I got all these Shout Select Bruce Lee movies for such a dirt cheap price. Back in the day, they were like $5 to $7 a piece I paid for them. And this was even before the Criterion version put them out, which pisses me off because I had a lot of these individually disced ones. And but they're good transfers. Don't get me wrong. I've seen Fists of Fury, and honestly, it's a good transfer. I wish I had them all compartmentalized in one box set like Scream Factory has. But you know, I'll live with this. I like the cover. I have Enter the Dragon, but I'm gonna get the 4K of that at some point. Way of the Dragon and Game of Death. This is a double feature of 2 Bruce Lee movies on Shout Select. So I got those, and I got The Big Boss and Fist of Fury. Double packs on one single disc. You gotta love it. And then, of course, I had to tie it in with The Chinese Connection. Maybe the best from the Connection franchise, right? Because there's the French Connection, 1, 2, and then the Chinese Connection. Yeah. I really like how they have the original Japanese poster arts for these. Shout that out. Literally, why it's called Shout Factory. I'll shout from all the mountaintops. Go watch Nighthawks. This is a great 80s action movie. This 1981 Sylvester Stallone, Rutger Hauer. God damn, this is a great movie with a crazy ass ending. I love the original trailer for this movie, and it has Billy D. Williams in it too, with a bearded Sly Stallone. Like, come on, like, check this movie out. It's so good. It's so cheap. Great time. I need more love from action fans about Nighthawks. Roadhouse. Don't need the Vinegar Syndrome 4K release. This Shout Select was a cheat code, because if you got the Bummy Blue, you're shit out of luck. If you spent a lot of money on that 4K, I hope you love that fucking movie. But if you're in between with Roadhouse, this is the cheat code. Relatively cheap. It was at Walmart a couple years ago. It was like $10 to $11. And it's a Shout Select, so the transfer at the time, pretty good. I think Scream Factory Shout Select transfer quality has dipped in years. But back in the day, they used to be pretty competent. Sliding Doors with the slipcover. I love this movie. This is like a guilty pleasure movie. This is a comfort film, comfort food film. I would feast to this film, actually. Like, this is a good movie. This is like a movie. It's Gwyneth Paltrow and what's his name? John Hannah. And basically, Gwyneth Paltrow goes to her life of like, what if you know, she had made different decisions. Story of my life, right? Go see Sliding Doors. Get cultured. This was a good movie. This Gun for Hire, again, another Veronica Lake kick I was randomly in. Used cars used to be out of print. This used to be expensive. I got this Shout Select version for pretty cheap, which is the case with a lot of my movies. I'd get lucky with, you know, the price on it. But here was the price I paid. It's damaged. Yeah. I can never sell it now. So I'm stuck with it. Can't really upgrade it to the 4K edition. Don't think I would need to, but this is a good movie. Also, remember back in the day, complete your Shout collections and they'd give you all this? Do they do that anymore? I remember when it used to be about collecting and not just buying. The Street Fighter collection and this weird slip, flimsy shit or whatever. Like, yeah, this is cool. I think this is all right. You get a lot of movies. I haven't seen any of them. I thought I would. I thought it'd be really cool. I hate how flimsy this is. Give me a hard case. Like, what the fuck? Like, just come on. This was expensive. It was expensive. I bought that new. One of the best movies of all time, When Harry Met Sally. The definitive edition till an inevitable 4K comes out. Love this. And finally, to wrap it up, my Veronica Lake horniness of yesteryears with the glass key. And there you have it. That is my complete Scream Factory, Shout Factory collection. What do you own that we have similar? What are some things I have to pick up? I talked about a lot of upgraded films I do want to do. Let me know down in the comments which Scream Factory, Shout Factory, whatever's should I be upgrading in my collection. What do you think about Scream Factory? Are they going to survive 2024? I genuinely think they are not. I think they're going to inevitably stop putting things out. I don't know why, but I just have a hunch that they do. The quality just has not been there. I think people are starting to realize that there are other labels doing better jobs than them, and their sales are abysmal, and the releases are lazy and upgrades. I think people are going to be sick of it. I think a lot of collectors are going to different labels. What are your thoughts on that? Am I just shutting at the sky? Am I a Chicken Little? Let me know down in the comments below. My name is Chris here at Figure Out Films. And remember, if you are not buying physical media in 2024, do you really care about cinema? Other than that, I'll see you next time. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to throw you like that, baby. Come on, you know I love you.